Thank you.
Right, so reciprocity, progress, keep on going forward, not
yes, we
and
can push
liberalization.
for that, reciprocity. I know the main sponsor of this event is also very keen to hear that.
Yes, indeed. They are sitting right there. Prime Minister, I'd like to ask you a quick question on the Malaysian brand. Perhaps to, sorry, have you got a question there?
Yes.
Why don't you, I didn't see, I'm sorry, why didn't you ask your question?
Good morning, Yang Muhammad, Dato Seri Najib. My name is Alfian. I'm from Easy Media Group, a new media technology company. We'd like to ask a very simple question is, what is the government doing in terms of educating Malaysian investors and also the agencies related to the ICT industry to educate them in making them understand the opportunities, the huge potential business opportunities in new technology? The reason why we ask this is because we have a lot of sometimes problems when we talk to banks for financing, or also the agencies whereby they don't understand the huge business potential. So we just wanted to find out what the government is doing to try to make the agencies understand these opportunities. Thank you.
I think that's a good point because banks need to upgrade their expertise in trying to judge the viability of projects which are not conventional in a normal sense. Because if you talk about ICT, you're basically talking about ideas with no track record. It can go either way. It can be a boom or a bust. So we do need a new set of capabilities for banks to assess this. But probably venture capitalists would be in a better position to manage and to take the risks, to manage the risks associated. I think banks generally will be quite conservative. They are a conservative lot anyway, generally. But you do, the chairman shaking his head, so he doesn't quite agree with that statement. But I think we do need more venture capitalists to be able to fund such projects, because it's a huge, I agree with you, huge possibility, opportunities in the ICT field and biotech and the other new exciting ventures which require funding. But you have to start from the expertise side, and this is where I'd like to see banks upgrading and also more venture capitalists in this country.
Excellent point. Thank you. Excellent point, Prime Minister. You mentioned that bankers are very conservative. I just saw the FT yesterday, Prime Minister. It mentioned a report, I'm sure the bankers noticed it, that in the UK, their investment bank remuneration has gone up 37%. So in that area, I guess they're perhaps not that conservative at all. But here, I'm sure it's much less.
Are you sure?
Yeah, well. Prime Minister, perhaps I could ask you a question. We know what Singapore is known for in one word, probably transparency. We know the attraction of Indonesia, massive population, a huge middle class up and coming. What do you think Malaysia should be known for in a short phrase? What should our brand be in Malaysia? What would you like to see?
Well, I've been thinking about this actually because, you know, we've been this thing about our promo Tourist Malaysia has been selling this theme of Malaysia, truly Asia. Was I do like that, but it doesn't give a very strong brand to Malaysia. But having thought about it, I think probably it's very hard to say there is a single strong branding for Malaysia, except to say that we have a bit of everything in Malaysia. It's a nice mix, and if you talk in terms of a package, in terms of the diversity that we have in Malaysia, ethnically, culturally, in terms of the way of life, you know, you have the more conservative element. You also have the more liberal, the more cosmopolitan, you know, parts of Malaysia. So taken as a whole, it's probably the best package you could possibly have anywhere in the world. And I believe that. I've been around the world, and I still think Malaysia is a great place to live in. We may have our shortcomings here and there, you know, it's not perfect, but taken as a whole, as a package, I think it's a great place to live and to do business. And as a government, we hope to make it even better in the future.
Excellent. One last question, if I may, Prime Minister. You know, I wouldn't be a Malaysian if I didn't wonder about politics and the general election coming up, you know. But I'm not going to ask you the date, because I know there's no point asking you, you're not going to answer anyway. But if I may ask you something a little bit more personal, Prime Minister, and if I may, be a little bit cheeky in this. Why do you think, Prime Minister, that you deserve a strong mandate from the people of Malaysia in the coming election?
A strong mandate is important because without a strong mandate, it will derail our transformation agenda for this country. We have this clarity of vision. We have a very comprehensive, credible, cohesive, realistic program and roadmap to get us to become a fully developed, high-income nation. But all that we have in mind for the country and for the people of Malaysia has to be predicated on a strong mandate from the people. Because with a strong mandate, then you can proceed with your transformational agenda. I wouldn't like to turn this into a political platform, but I have serious doubts about the plan offered by the other side. Very, very serious doubt. I mean, for example, you are a very discerning crowd. I hope you are. That reducing the price of petrol overnight. No one does that anywhere in the world, but that's a promise made by the opposition. We're already spending more than 2 billion ringgit a month on petrol subsidy. And can you imagine pushing it up to 3-4 billion, what we would do to the national finances? And then abolishing the student loan fund, 45 billion. Abolishing toll rates, that's a colossal sum. And increasing minimum wage to 4,000 ringgit a month. I mean, these are, you know, it doesn't take an economist to understand that those promises are so far-fetched that they cannot be implemented. And really, they have no intention of implementing it except to get into office. And beyond that, it doesn't really matter as long as they get into office. I think that is a populist, too populist an approach. We will not take that approach. We will offer to the Malaysian public, to the rakyat, a very credible plan for the future, a program that can be implemented, and with a strong mandate from the people, I give you the commitment we will work tirelessly to achieve Vision 2020.
I think I will close with that. Prime Minister, thank you very much. You've given us an insight into your vision, what you want to do, why you feel you need a mandate from us, how the capital market and the business players need to play their part.
That's right.
And you've announced training and diversity initiatives, 3 out of 5, I think, or 4 out of 5 were about training and diversity and talent. So it's clearly high on your agenda. Johan Raslan has a huge amount to do. So is the issue of getting women to play their full part. You're determined to flatten the bumps in the road on your roadmap. And you've talked openly about politics and a little bit of, a party political broadcast, not too much, we hardly noticed it. Someone said fortune favors the brave, and to keep to your agenda requires obviously bravery, I'm sure. There's a subtle difference, Prime Minister, between a boss and a leader. Henry Miller said, the real leader has no need to lead, he is content to point the way. And well, you've pointed the way for us, and now it's for us to go there. So, Yang Amat Berhormat, Dato Seri, Muhammad Najib Tun Razak, Prime Minister of Malaysia and CEO of Malaysia Inc., on behalf of PwC Malaysia, on behalf of MIDA, on behalf of Maybank Kim Eng, and all of us here, thank you very much for kicking off Malaysia Invest 2012 in such style. So,
thank you. Thank you, John.